Okay, today we have an interesting video as we have aphids and fungus gnats coming all over. In fact, I don't know if you can see them, but on the back wall there's some on the top of the lights here. Maybe you can see on this one over here. On the top of the lights you might see some, yeah, there's some dead ones right there. I swiped about 50 of them off of there. Same with over here. There's 50 to 100 on top of this light. And on top of this light, picked up there on the wall, you might be able to see them. They're all over the place. I got them everywhere. So I went to ChatGPT to figure out what was going on, and the best part was I was able to take a picture of the bugs, and I noticed this white, I'm getting real close. See that white? That white looked like eggs to me on top of my pepper plant. So I'm like, okay, what is going on? So ChatGPT looked at the pictures and says the bugs are definitely fungus gnats. And the white marks are the exoskeletons of aphids. So I have aphids and I have fungus gnats. And they said that's common for what I have growing here. So my immediate thought was just to remove the pepper plant because that looks the most infested. But they said, no, I don't really need to do that. There's a way to treat it. So I explained that I have this potter here, which has celery, onions, 2 tomato plants. This one that has the red pepper plants, celery, a tomato plant, and onions. And then over here we have the potato plant with carrots. You can see I staked those just to keep them up. And then we have some onions growing in there. So I'm going to go over to my computer and show you what the recommended stuff was. Again, this is for myself, so it's not going to be edited. So when you see me bouncing all over the place with stuff, that's just what it is. So what ChatGPT recommended I get was, let's see here. I can bring this order up. In fact, I'll do it in here. On ChatGPT, they said what I should get is, in fact, I'll show you this from the beginning. It's actually kind of cool the way it worked. I told him I was having problems, and here's where I sent in the picture with a question where I said the situation's gotten worse. 8 days ago I saw 2 to 3 bugs. Today I wiped over 50 dead ones from the top of my Mars hydrolights. I'm attaching a picture of the bugs sitting on my wall, as well as a picture of my red pepper plant, which now has these whitish things that look like larvae to me on the leaves. Help me figure out what's going on, how to stop it. I have no problem moving a plant if that's what it takes. So far, the bugs have left my Arrow Garden and Click and Grow gardens alone. I do have both a Zevo and Safer trap, but they've only killed a couple of them each. And those are those plug-in lights that have the neon blue. They barely killed anything. So it came back and it said, thanks for the photos, very helpful. You see right here, and it says right there, my red pepper plant is a heavy infestation of aphids, not larvae. The white specks are actually shed exoskeletons because they molt as they grow, not fungus gnats. You can also see live green and black aphids feeding on the leaves. Okay, so it says aphids suck sap from the plants, weaken them, cause them to curl, yellow leaving, and spread disease. The bugs on the wall is blurry, but it's most likely a fungus gnat or possibly a winged aphid. But your main visible infestation is aphids at this point. So it goes through, gives you your current situation, which was major aphid infestation of the pepper plant. Fungus gnats are likely present in smaller numbers. And your Arrow Garden is safe for now, but aphids can grow fast. So the immediate action was to isolate and remove the pepper plant. Or it gave me the sprays. And they say to use a neem oil spray because it will coat the aphids and interferes with feeding. Then use an insecticidal soap, which will disrupt the soft body insects like aphids. Then use a Captain Jack's debug brew. That will kill them. And then use the DIT, the diatomatrix earth. You sprinkle that on top of the soil, which will deter the fungus gnats from growing. So, as I went through everything, they give me things to do. So, step 1 is to isolate and remove the infested plant immediately. I'm going to do something different because I actually have this stuff coming from Amazon tonight. The next thing is to spray the plants with insecticide soap or the neon oil. Deep clean the grow space, which I'm going to do now. Treat the soil with the mosquito bites, which I'm going to do tonight when it comes in. So I asked ChatGPT to give me the links on Amazon so I could look them all up. So I looked them all up, and I was able to buy all the stuff that they recommended. And then it gave me a schedule on what to do. So like today, I will use the neem oil spray, and I use the mosquito bits for the soil treatment. And that shows right there on both of those. And then I'll remove the badly infested leaves and isolate the pepper plant. And then I'll wipe down the lights. So I'm going to do that. Then tomorrow's no spray. Let the dry soil out and put those yellow sticky pots all over the place, which I'm going to do that tonight. Day 3, I use the insecticidal soap. Do nothing with the soil, and then just check the traps. Dispose of any of the stuck gnats and shake the plant to dispatch aphids before spraying. Day 4, no spraying, water lightly if dry. Keep the lights off during spray times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it right before my lights go off at 10 o'clock at night, so I'm going to come down and do it then. So it'll have all night to soak in. Day 5, we use the Captain Jack's debug brew. Repeat the mosquito bits if fungus gnats persist, which I'm going to do anyway. And check the underside of the leaves for eggs. Day 6, you go back to the neem oil and reposition more of the sticky traps closer to any plant base. And then on day 7, you rest everything, see how it's doing, and evaluate. And if you need to do it, as it shows you right down here, you can repeat it for 2 to 3 weeks. The biggest thing is don't mix the sprays. Make sure the lights are off after spraying. And test first to make sure that there's no leaf burning, especially with the neem. Well, I'm going to do it because if the plant dies, I don't really care. And then I will alternate each spray every 3rd day. Now it says to protect my other systems, my click and grow my arrow garden, which I'm really concerned about. I don't need the bugs going over there. It says place a sticky trap near them, which I will do tonight. I'll stick it right in the soils. Don't share tools, which I won't. I'll make sure I don't use those. And they are 2 to 3 feet apart, so I should be okay. So we'll see what happens. It says I could spray the underside of unaffected plants with a light insecticidal spray every 7 to 10 days if I want to. Okay, and then I also told them that I have potato plants, tomato plants, onions, celery, and carrots. And it basically said, do the soil treatment for all of them. Spray every 5 to 7 days just to be preventative on it. So it gave me a little schedule here. So that's what I will be able to do to stay on top of it. And hopefully this will get rid of those nasty things. I'm going to do another, as I look over here, I'll walk back over here. As I look over here, you can see from the last time, these plants are starting to really grow out of control. So I'm going to do another aggressive pruning right now to prune those back. And give an update, see how this goes. Talk to you.